Hello everyone and welcome back to Town of Salem 2. In this video we are going to play as a mayor and stay in the shadows. Hope you enjoy! I love how there is sunlight, moonlight and starlight. I'm sunlight, number 10 on the list. 7 claims town power, TP lookout. 13 says the sun is a myth. It is I, the moon, who guides us, who lights you all. Praise to be me, the moon. Okay, so 13 could be a veteran baiting. Let's write them down as a veteran with a question mark. Since this is true or any, I think I should reveal as late as possible, because you know, with cultists around and vampires. I lived, nice. Oh, everyone lived, interesting. 9 says 14, sus. 6 says that 14 is trespassing. 3 says that 9 is sus. I say grace period. 13 says good moon morning everyone. 12 says that there is an obstacle on 13. 14 says the sun was visited by 2. 9 says everyone as is sus. Okay, so Conjurer is making a move. They're nuking James. Rest in peace to the arsonist. Oh, okay, so I think 2 is the Conjurer, probably. Or the Conjurer framed 2. That's also a possibility. 6 says, well, that explains the trespassing. 15 says harlot. 6 says, but what about sus? I see VFA. 9 says, now solve the sus part. 14, sus. 14 says, I posted. 2 says, I can't be sus. 14 says that someone was visited by 2. 2 says, I'm TS. 13 says, town on 14 then. Fourteen says, I don't know you all. Lookout 7, visited by 2. Two says, I didn't visit them though. 14 says, all I got. 14 says, what? 5 says, 2 will. 9 says, le sas, oh, guilty. 9 says, or something. 13 says, guilty. 2 says, I'm not full claiming day 2, Lamau. 14 says, I must read that wrong. It says he visited. From what can I tell? 2 says, oh yeah, it said I visited, sure. 6 says, is 3 a bog? And this was stoned. So it could be anyone. A cavern or someone immune that got attacked. 11 says, poor retributionists. True. Unlike coroners, they can't do anything with stone bodies. Okay, so 2 claims town support. 3 claims sheriff. Six claims investigator. And 9 also claims sheriff. Oh, a lot of people died. Rest in peace to the Conjurer. Yeah, I had a feeling they were carbon killing. They were incinerated by an arsonist, so there is a second arsonist. and they decided to have a revenge. 5 was Monarch, they were killed by the Coven. Interesting. They were fake claiming cleric. I wonder whether they knighted someone. And 11 was Wildling. They were tortured by an arsonist. That's an interesting play to claim Crusaders or Wildling. Interesting. Rest in peace to 12, the investigator. They were tortured by an arsonist. Okay, so they visited 13 and 9. I say, how many assholes are there, lol? 9 says, 2 non-sus, funny book holder. 3 says that 6 is innocent. 15 says, oh damn, arsonist's revenge. 13 says, I don't visit. And you're fake. 6 says 3, why are you checking the investigator? 13 says that they alerted Night 2. 4 says, oh. 6 says, yeah. 9 says, the invincible 7th veteran. 6 says, hang 13. 3 says, 9 says, actually, no, I believe that. 15 says, why 13? 1 says, I'm also TK. That was a bit out of nowhere, but okay. 6 says, we are 1 for 1. 13 didn't even bait. There are no crime though. So maybe Axie? I say they did bait day 1. 8 says didn't bait. Did you see what they said day 1? 9 says gotta hit that with a bomb bomb. 6 says they didn't even alert day 1. 4 says guilty. 3 enored that. Interesting. 6 says never vote up 13. They're jester. Tarnation you! Wow. Salty much? 9 says invincible defense. And this was a potion master. 30 says Lumao. I say lol, got him. 30 says got his pillion. You're welcome, Tom. Okay, so 13 is just not a veteran. Actually, did 4net claim? Nope. Okay, so my sus list, so for now is 8. And... I also sus 1 a bit for claiming out of blue, you know. Oh, so someone was saved, probably. 9 says 4, not sus. 3 says 1, innocent. 13 says, now hear me out. 8 says, interesting. 4 says, attacked and buried. 13 says, they was right. 9 says, buried. 4 says, I don't know why I had protection though. I say, so we have clerical oracle. 9 says, we don't even have any TP claims. 13 says, I do be a funny little man. 4 says, most likely. I say, yeah, that's weird. 1 says, is there any TP claim? 4 says, well, I'm TP, but I didn't self. 13 says, but I helped. Yeah, all get PM, hang me. 1 says, it's either 4, 8, or 10. I claim TS. 3 says, what's 8? 9 says, what TP 8? 1 says, what attack 3? 4 says, 8 is confirmed then. 4 says, yeah, I'm Oracle. 8 says, I saved the other Oracle. Double Oracle? I don't know whether I trust that. 3 says, I give up then. 13 says, no, vote me. I helped. Poor 13. 4 says, I don't buy it. Says 9, yeah, well, no one died, but that could also mean that, I don't know. I don't trust this double Oracle claim. Alright, could be teammates for all we know. I don't buy their Oracle claims at all. Call me paranoid, but with how frequently Oracle is claimed by evils, I sus them. It says lol, 4 says let's go. 15 says damn. 3 says sniff. 4 says saved 8. 8 says and 4 just saved me. 13 says so 1 says okay. 9 says we live in a society where there are no sus roles left. 3 says I can't win. 13 says hang me. 1 says 3 what are you? 3 claims Baker. I don't know. 3 says but my braided people die. That could be just a play. 8 says no, Baker isn't a trespasser. 8 says nobody died in 2 days. Yells 8. 4 says 1 which TK is day 5 and you haven't proven. 1 says veteran. Oh, interesting. 15 votes me. 1 votes me. 3 says just enemy, please. I say slow on 1. 4 says awfully passive on day 2 and 3 for a veteran. 15 says vote 10. 9 says no. 15 says damn. I don't like how I was voted. Then again, I'm just, a rather passive TS claim, so I get why people would vote me then. I just don't understand why 1 wasn't upped, because, it's day 5 and they didn't prove themselves. So I write on my sus list that 1 is a TK claim with 0 proof, so yeah, they should prove. But I doubt they're real. I lived, nice! Wow, 3 people died. Rest in peace to 4. They were stoned. Rest in peace to 15, the socialite, never touched by an arsonist. They say that this is an awful game for some reason. It just feels like like there's a lot of evils with how passive the town is. I say 1, can you post will? 9 says interesting. 1 says no. 3 says Medusa and Aso are left. 13 says well, this is fun. 3 says GG. 1 says it's evil match. 13 says so yeah, so hang me. 1 says but slowest game ever. I've seen slower games. 9 says we live in a society. 13 says you know what would speed it up? A just kill. One says killing the jester. I say nah, 13. One says nah, hanging one will speed this up. Trust. Okay, I don't see one getting upped here, so 13. Well, I won't be voting for anyone, so... And it's time to reveal. And one got upped because I have 2 votes now. One says, yeah, I'm in town, still loses. I'm also, I don't care. Okay, so I won't hang one here because they've just denied it. I need Medusa out here. One says, 3 definitely never visited me. 9 says, may a jump scare. 13 says, all Eno. 3 says, you claimed veteran. 13 says, what up, May? It will be funny. 9 says, that is not happening. Okay, so 9. Your poor innocent soul. Well, not an innocent, I think they're a coven. And they want it. Austin is gone. 9 says, I finally get to die. I can't believe it. I am winner. Why did my past self write that veteran is confirmed when it's a jest? I'm so sorry. It's obviously a jester. 1 says true. 13 says Olino. Up my air. 1 says you can leave this dog flummery game. 9 says freedom. I say 13 stop. 13 says no. Okay, so 3 and 13 want the game to go on slower, so they are an ease. 9 says I love freedom. 13 says 1. If you had Enoch, we could have done it. 1 says I want out of this game. And this was Medusa. Nice. 1 says you don't understand. I want to sleep. I say nice. 3 says welp. 1 says I don't know what 3 is. Okay, so 3 claims Baker, but arsonist would know if they get visited, right? And I don't know. They could be another jester. They could be Doom, but I doubt that. Maybe they could be Doom. But then again, a Doom wouldn't claim Baker because some town members love to hang Baker early on, so they're probably just another. And I have 3 votes now, and it's day 7. Oh my gosh. 1 says 3 is definitely not Baker. I say, okay, we get 1 next. 1 says no tarnation shot. 13 says, I don't care what they are. 1 says, what the fuck is 3? 13 says, 10, I helped you get PM. You can get them solo 10. 1 says, what the hell is 3? 3 says, you have all the votes required. True, I forgot about that. 1 says, 3, what are you? I would have given 13 the win if there were more townies, you know? And I feel like the last townie, and I want town to win, so I'm not voting up 13 here. No, no, no. 1 says, what the fuck is 3? No way you're a Baker. There's not a nation way. 3 says, let me cook. Also, I'm not a killing threat. 13 says, Lamau, I said bread. 1 says, there is no nation way. 13 says third Aso. And this was Aso, but we knew that. GG's! 6-turn win. Let's go! 2 says, yes! Revenge on the Asos! Guild 7 and 1 dies at the end! Asos and pirates deserve nothing! I say Maya carry, let's go! 3 says, I was jesty. 2 says, based. Here are all the roles that we've had in this game. Wolfudin was a solo epoch. Thank you so much for watching this video. Here are the ones that might interest you as well, and please like, comment and subscribe to help this channel grow, and see you soon in the next one.